Hey guys, it's Ashley, and if you clicked on this video, you are probably scheduled to have an SHG procedure, which is a sonohysterogram. I didn't know what that was when they told me I needed to get one done. Right now, we're going through the whole testing process, trying to figure out our infertility situation. We've been trying for 2 years, and they're trying to figure out what's causing our infertility. So far I've done blood work, lab work, all of the stuff, and the SHG procedure is one of the standard procedures that they do to try to figure out what's going on. So I had it yesterday, and I'm going to be sharing how it went and what to expect. And usually they tend to perform this procedure sometime between after you stop bleeding from your period and before you start ovulation in your follicular phase. Okay, so let's jump right in. They take me back to this room and they have you undressed from the waist down, normal. From the research that I did before I heard that there can be some cramping during the procedure. So I brought my heating pack and I plugged that into the wall right when I got into the room and cranked that up so that I could have a little bit of comfort during the procedure. So I recommend if you have like some type of heating pack, something like that, that can help kind of keep your muscles relaxed during the procedure. So, and I also brought fuzzy socks just to help me feel more comfortable, because nobody feels comfortable when you're the only one in the room with your pants off and you're being lifted up like you're on a car lift and they're checking up your hood. Anywho, so I got onto the table and the doctor came into the room. She was super nice, and I told her that I was nervous so that she was just aware, hey, be tender and loving and kind with me, because I'm just a little nervous about this whole situation and process and haven't had great experiences in the past. They recommend taking ibuprofen before you go. So I took 600 milligrams. They said you can take up to 800 milligrams of ibuprofen an hour to 30 minutes before your procedure, just to help with any pain or discomfort. And so I took 600 milligrams of ibuprofen beforehand, just in case. I've also heard people taking like anxiety medication or like a muscle relaxer almost, but I was worried about taking one because I had to go to work right after this, and I didn't want any bad reactions to medications, and I also needed to be able to drive myself. So I didn't take anything for anxiety or muscle relaxers or anything like that, and I was completely fine. I was really nervous, but it ended up being totally fine. So they lifted me up on this table, and the doctor was super nice. She told me everything that they were doing. They first put the speculum in and just opened everything up. That's of course a little uncomfortable, but I tried to disassociate a little bit. I also had my sister there to talk with me and distract me a little bit, but I asked the doctor to tell me everything that she was doing so that I could kind of understand what was going on. And so they put the speculum in first, and then they insert a catheter, which they use to put out saline water into your uterus to be able to see it on ultrasound. And then they just take pictures of your uterus, make sure that everything looks okay, and they count your follicles and things like that. For me, they think I may have PCOS, so they were looking for any signs of that. I'm not super sure, but we're still in the process of trying to figure everything out. But for the most part, my SHG procedure went really well. It was relatively quick, maybe 5 minutes, but it was just like, it felt like period pain, cramping. It felt exactly like having period cramps. My periods are pretty intense, and so I'm kind of used to that painful period cramping. Having a heating pad, I think, helped a little bit. I think it was more of a comfort thing for me, feeling more comfortable, not getting cold, and also helping my muscles relax. I noticed myself in the procedure that my body was getting really tense, and that never helps, especially down there if things are really tense. And so just throughout the procedure, I had to remind myself to take deep breaths and to relax. So yeah, I just recommend if you can bring some fuzzy socks to help you feel more comfortable, and maybe some type of heating pad or even a nice cozy blanket would be just a little piece of comfort during that vulnerable moment. Overall, it wasn't too bad. I was able to go to work right after, and they give you a pad afterwards because you're going to be leaking some of that saline water throughout the day. But other than that, I felt completely normal after the procedure was over. It's mainly just during that, 3 to 5 minutes where you're having those intense cramps. So yeah, just take ibuprofen and know that it's not gonna last forever. It's just a short moment, and it will be over soon, and you'll be okay, and we're gonna figure everything out, and it's all gonna work out, and it's all gonna be okay. But yeah, I hope that it goes well for you, and it will be over before you know it, and you can do this. You can do hard things, I believe, and I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.